Hello everybody, this is my Minecraft video. I talked about this last video, wanting to make a Minecraft video. I really love this game, so this is just for fun. That's my seed right there, and you're going to see all my settings. And in this video, you're just going to see the way that I play Minecraft, I guess. I hope you enjoy. So, I'm going to do a voiceover for this entire video. We're loading into the world, and I had a lot of fun with this because I just don't think I've ever had to start to a Minecraft world quite like this. Starting off, I'm in this desert, the Mesa biome, and I'm going to grab a bunch of these dead bushes, collect some sticks real quick, and go from there. So at this point, I'm just kind of traveling, trying to find a good spot to set up, and well, wouldn't you know it, there's a desert temple right there. So I figure I'm gonna go explore that after I gather some cactus and these flowers. Okay, so I'm entering the desert temple now, and I'm gonna go break down into there, but wouldn't you know it, there's a creeper that comes out of the dark, and I'm like, well, I'll just use him to blow up the entrance. Well, there we go. And honestly, I went down in here, and the loot was pretty good. I didn't expect to get what I got. You'll see that shortly. Alright, so I just left the desert temple, and I'm now realizing that the Minecraft music jumps with the video, of course. So in the next episode, I think I'm going to just add music post-credits. I found these pumpkins, and I had a pretty good idea with them, and you'll see that near the end of the video. I was traveling up here, and I seen this, what is this, a ruined portal? I went to grab some of its loot, and you're going to see something funny pretty soon here, which I just didn't realize at the time. But turns out a gold pickaxe, it's it's not strong enough to mine a gold block. So you're going to see that guy disappear. Right here, I was looking for it, looking in my inventory, looking around. I'm like, where the heck did it go? And I'm like, well, time to give up. I decided to chop down some trees. I thought that this was pretty satisfying the way I clipped it. So you'll see that here. I got quite a bit of wood. These gold axes, they go pretty fast. Obviously the durability goes fast as well, but I went ahead and used two different axes. You'll see there where the enchantment went away. That's just a different axe. So right here, my axe broke, and I never leave a tree floating, ever. So I get into this village here, and it's time to take our first night's sleep. Honestly, this village, kind of busted. It's insane how overpowered these villages can be, especially with how common they are. You're gonna see me here. I'm getting wrecked by this husk, fighting it off with my gold pickaxe like a idiot. And I decide, let's try out these spears. I barely use them, so I make a gold spear. And you're gonna see here that it kind of sucks. I'm about to die. Luckily, I don't. And it took so many hits to kill this guy. I mean, come on. This spear's almost useless. But you know, there's good enchantments for it, which I've tried out. So maybe I'll try that in this little Minecraft series that I'm gonna try to do. So I go into this blacksmith, right? And usually I like to get my first diamonds mining, but I'm not gonna say no to 2 diamonds, especially with how buns the spear was. You're gonna see me here. I'm about to throw this spear into the freaking lava, because why the heck would I ever use that when I got these 2 diamonds? And I can make a freaking diamond sword, man. Heck yeah. So I decided it was time to get my revenge on these zombies, but couldn't save the villager. He burned to death. Crafted me a hoe and started getting all this hay bales, because that's infinite food for a good couple Minecraft days, or honestly even real life days. These hay bales are insanely overpowered, especially with like how much you get. I mean, dude, the bread from this is gonna last me ages. Honestly, who could pass up free iron? I mean, it's just standing there. It's waiting to get gathered, pretty much. So finding these carrots is pretty awesome. So far, I've got carrots and pumpkin, and I think I'm gonna do a little farm centered around carrots and pumpkin. And then later in the video, you'll see that I get some melons. I'm gonna use those for sure. I'm about to do a little mining montage because there's so much coal and copper that spawns up here. It's insane. And if you're wondering why I get all this copper, for one, it can be good in some building, but second reason is with the amount you get from copper and all the coal that was up here, I can smelt all this, and it's a good source of XP early on. So we're gonna go ahead and sleep in our second sleep through the game. Honestly, at this point, I was feeling pretty good. I was really excited. I had good plans going forth. I haven't yet found a place to build yet for my starter base, but I had a lot of ideas going around in my head. So I just continued traveling here, looking for a spot to build, and I found this cool little cavern here. I'm definitely going to come back for that later. Might even build something here. Um, so I see this forest, and I'm like, well, let's check that out. And I was thinking in my head, I'm like, hey, maybe a cabin build. Pretty simple for a starter base. You know, it's pretty easy, and we can go from there. So as you can see, I decided to set up shop. Here I am smelting that copper I was talking about. Um, and honestly, uh, with the wood cabin idea, what I did, I just looked up on the internet, literally forest house. I didn't even look up cabin. I just looked up forest house and went off that. I decided to cut down a couple more trees, use this birch, use this oak, make for some good building blocks. Now, honestly, I don't understand the hate with birch. You look up a birch tree on the internet, that's just what it looks like, man. I don't know what to tell you. Yes, that zombie decided to pull up on me, and, I had to give him that real quick one, too, and go ahead and sleep that night away, because I'm not trying to get jumped again. Yeah, so here I'm just breaking the land down, doing some terraforming, and getting it to what I want for my house. Opening up the area a little bit, because it was just a little bit too hilly. So you're gonna see here, my shovel broke, and that was very sad. We had to say goodbye to him. So I decide, why not just make a bunch of copper, armor, and tools? I don't have any iron yet, and I kind of just wanted to start getting at it with my kind of area, so I decided, let's just do copper. I'll definitely have iron equipment soon, but not in this video. So for my base, I definitely wanted to use some cobblestone. Cobblestone is just a very versatile block, and I figure that this area here will be the starts of a quarry where I dig all the way down, big circle. If you want to know what that looks like, just look up like a diamond quarry. I think that'll be pretty interesting. So this is just going to be the chest that I put the materials I'm going to use for my base. And I'm not going to use all the materials that end up in here. There's some materials that just kind of went on the wayside. And then from this point, I decided I need some deep slate because I wanted to use deep slate tiles for the roof of my house. I'm also going to get a little bit of iron for just an iron pickaxe, because you have to have an iron pickaxe. There's no way around it. So we had that scary noise, and this zombie comes out of the shadows, and I started thinking to myself, wow, Minecraft really is a horror game, huh? I'm low-key getting pieced up right now, so enjoy that. But, I gotta get my get back, so they're both dead. Looks like the Juggernaut decided to come out and try to avenge his friends. Little does he know, I'm playing on PlayStation, the Bedrock edition of the game, and I can spam click his ass. So I decided since I needed some deep slate, why not just give strip mine for it? I was gonna need a ton because for whatever reason stairs are just the most annoying thing to craft ever. And I could have made a stone cutter, but I did not think of that. I was thinking to myself, maybe I'll get a couple diamonds out of this. You will soon see that that was not the case. I got a diamond. It's pretty depressing, I'm not gonna lie to you. So there it is, the one singular diamond, and just mine straight past it. So I used to not do this, but anytime I see redstone or lapis, I will absolutely get it. Because there's literally no point not to. It's free levels, and who knows, you are always going to need lapis in the future for enchanting, and, well, I'm not a big redstoner, but you never know, I might need some. And redstone blocks can be good for building. Okay, we're about to enter a time lapse. I'm going to start building here. So I needed to extend the platform a little bit more. There kind of wasn't enough space, and I just made it look a little bit natural. I started building the base of my house, and you're going to see it's not really the size that I wanted it. I'm going to expand it by one block. I also had to mine back that hill a little bit. I started building up the planks, and that's when I realized, wow, this is not going to be big enough. So I extended it all and, well, started building up. I also thought that the sound of the time-lapsed wood was very satisfying. All the breaking and placing noises, very satisfying. Also, the music, for whatever reason, it just sounds kind of like Mario music when it's sped up that way. I don't know if any of you have ever played the NES and the first Mario game or the third Mario game. Those are some of my favorite games, honestly, ever. And that's just kind of what I thought the music started sounding like. In this house, I decided I was going to use oak door and oak trapdoors. I don't use those a lot. Usually I like to use spruce a lot, but I tried to see if I couldn't make it look good. And the reference images I was using, it literally looked like an oak door. And I decided to use trapdoors for the windows just because I didn't feel like getting sand and glass. And honestly, I feel like it works better with the aesthetic. So I'm building this roof, and you're going to see at the end of the time lapse where I was kind of sitting looking at it, and I feel like it just looks really flat. So in the next video I do, I think I'm going to add some weathering to it, make it look a little bit better, because the flat tiles kind of look a little bit rough. I wasn't sure what to do up here, so I decided, hey, I've got birch, let's do birch. So I think the upper level being birch and the lower level being oak just adds a little bit of diversification that just looks kind of nice. I decided to use some jungle wood, so here I am running to the jungle because I wasn't sure what to use for the floor, and I'm like, well, I seen a jungle earlier. I also wanted to use some vines to put over some of the logs and some of the planks just to add a little bit extra texture. These are my favorite trees to break down because you can just break them in a staircase. You can go up and then back down. I hate the large oaks, unless I'm playing Skyblock, of course. Okay, so be prepared, we're about to jump back into time lapse. So here I decided to add the logs, and I decided to do the stripped version so it didn't mix in with all the planks. And then here I needed one more, and I didn't have it, so I just made a double ladder. This is where I add the fences for the window, and I'm like, I feel like I could add that on the outside, add a little bit extra detail. And then I also wanted to add some planks to look weathered. The jungle planks mix very well with the oak planks. Here I decided it was time for a storage room. I needed to organize everything. You're going to see a lot of that. And then I decided to add a chimney. Here's where I started thinking, I think I need to get some spruce. Found this guy, decided to kill him and his silly little llamas. So, this is my first sleep inside the house. Honestly, phenomenal. So here you're going to see what I'm doing with the pumpkins. I decided to make this house a pumpkin farm. I'm also going to, later on, not in this video, but in the next one, I'm going to add like actually planted pumpkins and planted melons. And maybe carrots too. Here I added a little bit more detail to the outside, added a button to the door. That door is going to get soon moved to the front because I was tired of moving to the side every single time I wanted to go into the house. I decided to add some leaves for more detail, and later on I'm going to grab more leaves to add around the base for like bushes. That's what the house looks like so far. I think it's coming out alright. You can kind of see what I mean with the roof, how it's kind of bland. And then up top I'm going to add campfires for a chimney. And that's part of the reason I wanted spruce, was to cover the campfires. I think spruce always looks nice for that. Here I had a very exciting encounter. This is the second time this has ever happened to me in game. Honestly, I don't know what I expected. I ran up to that horse and I'm like, what is this horse doing here? And then I completely forgot that it's like this event or whatever. I proceed to actually wreck these guys. They pretty much got destroyed, especially when I started getting them to fight each other. Sadly, I ended up accidentally killing most of the horses, and then the one that I did eventually get was really slow, and so I just killed him too. Although, I guess I could have kept him as a pet. It's a shame. No going back now. You're going to see here in a second how slow he was. This is a really crappy horse. Very slow, and then his jump is just awful. I went ahead and gave that a test here, and yeah, nothing. Literally nothing. No, I mean, I'm pretty sure the player jumps higher than that. So from this point, I'm venturing out looking for that spruce. There's a lot of mobs that I ended up killing, getting my levels up a little bit. I thought the spruce was going to be a lot harder to find because I swear sometimes there's one block that I need and it takes me ages to find it. But luckily it wasn't too far from my house and I didn't have to look that long. Just travel through this water and then up the hill there's some spruce trees. I decided these firefly bushes will look pretty good around my base. The particle effects are honestly phenomenal. I think that the way they implemented it was better than the way it was initially showed, because being able to move the fireflies around is very nice, and then on top of that, you don't have to worry about it being like infectious for the frogs or whatever, because it's not an actual mob. I decided to also grab a bunch of these flowers, the dandelions, those white and yellow ones, and then the wildflowers as well. Here you'll see the spruce tree. I decided to collect a little bit of spruce, but I didn't need much, so the majority of what I needed was the saplings for future builds. I also decided that I was going to collect some snow. I don't really know why, but you never know. Decided to just grab it anyway. And you're going to see something funny here pretty soon. So here I am collecting the snow, and I decided to start attacking the skeleton. Decided to give him a piece of his own medicine. And he lands a shot on me, and I decide, well, no more games, time to die. So I don't know if I can say that word. I terminate his existence. I did the same here with this other guy. Honestly, he deserved it. So I saw a cherry tree in the distance and I decided, why not grab it? Time lapse soon. I also decided I was going to eradicate this entire cherry forest biome because there was only one tree. No one will ever know it was here after this. Sorry if the clip is a little bit fast. Just skip forward if it's sickening. So I come back to the base, and with my new resources, I'm like, let's finish this build. I had a couple more pumpkins around, and I'm going to carve a couple of them. Here soon, we're going to enter back into a time lapse, so be prepared for that. Time lapse incoming. 3, 2, 1. So here I decided to add a bunch of wildflowers, and then I decided to go ahead and add some dandelions and the white flowers as well. I think they looked pretty nice. Here I decided to add some stairs, and I wanted the spruce because it looks better with the oak log than oak plank would look there. I decided to bone meal the grass and add those firefly bushes. You're going to see here, I just barely had enough logs. And it wouldn't have been a big deal, I could have just grabbed more, but I always find it satisfying when I have just enough. I'm putting away a lot of equipment right now. I just hate how cluttered the inventory gets. These are the bushes I was talking about. I had a bunch of these around the house and put some on the house even for some foliage, some vinery. Ended up looking pretty nice. The campfire for a chimney, I've always been happy with how that looks. Occasionally I will still do like cobwebs and some glass. And here's the house. This will probably be the thumbnail, honestly. I think it looks very good. Obviously I'm going to add some more foliage, change the roof up. And, well, we're closing out to the end of the video here soon. In the comments, let me know what you thought about this house. I'm also about to show you my skin. And I want to note one thing before I show you my skin. I've had that skin for a while, okay? A lot of YouTubers have very simple skins. Here it is. This is a skin I've been rocking for a good minute, and it's kind of upsetting to see all the dream clones, I guess. But I've got this little headpiece, my cyan skin, and I'm on Bedrock Edition, so I can't draw my own skin, which is a shame. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good one.